Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, eating breakfast, listening to Shannon and Skip talk about the acquisition of Dennis Schroeder. And the one thing that I want to kind of add to the conversation is just I think I know why the Lakers are overloading on guards, despite having Russell Westbrook at $47 million. They're overloading on guards because of two reasons. One, obviously, they don't want to be relying upon Russell Westbrook for anything at all. That's the first thing. They don't want to have to rely upon him. But I think another reason, and this is a very important one, is they have a healthy fear for him getting hurt. What does that mean to us? If Russell Westbrook were to go down with an injury, we play him and he gets hurt, that blows up any opportunity for us to match his salary for pieces that we would desire without giving up significantly more than necessary to make it happen. It's one thing to have a $47 million contract attached to a healthy player that no one expects to play well. It's an entirely different thing to have a $47 million contract attached to a player that is not going to be able to be active. That's an entirely different situation. So even though it's $47 million coming off of the books for whoever acquires it, what I'm telling you is now it's going to cost you a lot more on top of that to make it happen. If he ain't healthy enough to even run out there, and you're buying out a guy that can't even do anything, like you have to buy him out, you can't even run him, whether that is significant to the team that acquires him or not, the difference for that inconvenience will be put in the price tag, and the Lakers need to have a healthy fear for that in and of itself. So that's why you overload on point guards, because in the event that Russell Westbrook happens to go down with an injury and we can't make the trade we need to make to get better, we have the point guard position set. It's not an elite level like we were hoping to make it, but we do have so many guards to where we can afford to lose one more in the event that happens. So that's what it's about. You overload on guard because you have an instability at that position. Patrick Beverley is somewhat injury prone. Dennis Schroeder is somebody that we know doesn't play defense. Scottie Pippen's a youngster, you know what I mean? Austin Reeves is not a pure point. LeBron James is not a guy you want to play the point 100% of the time. So on and so forth. It's one of them situations where it's like you need all the insurance in the world for your point guard position because your point guards are not reliable in terms of being healthy. Kendrick Nunn's coming off injury. We haven't seen him in over a year. You see what I'm saying? Even though we like all these pieces, none of them have been accused of being Iron Man except for Russell Westbrook, of whom we're trying to get rid of. So it's very important the Lakers keep a lot of point guards on this team because they need to have insurance for all of the different point guard issues that we have going on right now. And then in the event we're able to trade Kendrick Nunn and Russell Westbrook, we'll still have a lot of guards, but we will have a more reasonable guard rotation. Because in that event, obviously, you're hoping that you could replace Kendrick Nunn and Russell Westbrook with Kyrie Irving. So that's what my vision is for the situation. I think that's what the Lakers are ultimately trying to do. And, of course, there'll be other pieces as well to slip in to make even more sense. Obviously, we're looking to get a wing, maybe a Jay Crowder or somebody like that. So those are the type of things that will help make the roster make a lot more sense upon doing so. So, yeah, that's what I want to say, man, because there's a lot of confusion about why the Lakers are loading up on guards, why they would be excited about signing Dennis Schroeder. I was listening to Shannon Sharp. He didn't understand why the Lakers want to sign Dennis Schroeder. He didn't get it. It's about his contract. It's about being able to get a guy who can give you 15, 20 points a game, only making $2 million. It don't matter what position he plays. Who cares? If you got to get rid of somebody, get rid of somebody else who's making more. Not that particular piece. Being that one in gets rid of something else. See what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's not about looking at him and saying, okay, now I've brought too many guards to me. Nah, he gives me the ability to get rid of some of them damn guards. I don't want to keep all of them. And so that's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, you look at the situation, and we talk about this a lot, but you look at Sacramento's situation before they made the trade for Halliburton. We talk about this. Davion Mitchell, Halliburton, and Fox. Halliburton and Mitchell were on rookie contracts. Fox was obviously on the maximum contract worth $100+ million in multiple years. Now, if the Sacramento Kings had their choice to fix their situation, if they really had the choice, I'm pretty sure they would have much rather get rid of De'Aaron Fox's salary. but it's significantly more difficult to move than Tyrese Halliburton on a rookie contract at such a high level. Now, if they had their choice, they would have kept what they could, but they weren't able to keep Halliburton. They weren't able to get rid of Fox in that situation. Not sure they wanted to, but they probably should have wanted to, if you ask me, in regards to what we're talking about with the salary. So, looking at that situation, I look at ours and I say, yeah, picture the Kendrick Nunn contract representing the big contract that is De'Aaron Fox, right? You're not looking to bring in Halliburton and say, okay, I got a log jam because we can't figure out what the hell to do with Fox. No, you brought in Halliburton in this situation so that you could get rid of Fox. And given the fact that Kendrick Nunn is not at $100-something million, but he's more so at $5 million, more so than $2 million as to, Schroeder is placed at, that's when you can see the difference in what you're able to do in saving salary and keeping the value. That's what it's about. Sack would have loved to have been able to do that, but that was not possible for them. So this is how I equate it on a much, 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 much lesser scale. It's just about being able to bring in lesser affordable pieces that can play up to the level of some of your more expensive pieces. We know Dennis Schroeder is going to be able to play up to the level that Kendrick Nunn is. We know that. Dennis Schroeder and Kendrick Nunn, they're probably about the same in terms of what you expect from them when they're at their best. One of them's less expensive. Simple as that. So these are the type of things that you're looking at. This is how I try to make it make sense for Shea. Because you're not looking at Dennis Schroeder as a player or a piece that fits what it is that you're doing. You're going to move other stuff around so that he fits what you're doing. That's what it's about. That's all it's about, man. We don't have Russell Westbrook in our equation as it pertains to our long-term future. So if you're looking at the piece that is Russell Westbrook, you must understand that he's going to be replaced with multiple pieces. One being a guard, probably another position as well, right? So when you consider that, you got to have that in your mind as something that's going to change the roster entirely. Whatever those pieces are going to be, they're going to make it so that the roles that are in place now change. So that's always what it's about. It's not about looking at the Lakers as a finished product. It's about trying to imagine what the team would look like once you start inserting pieces that make the team come together more so than they do right now. So that's what the Lakers are going to do. They're going to try their very best to put that together. And I think we have a very healthy fear for if something goes terribly wrong with Russell Westbrook's health. Now, Schroeder in place, Beverly in place, all the other guards in place, gives us an opportunity to lessen the chances of Russell getting hurt. Simple as that. You got more players on the floor to take away from his playing time, to take away from his duties on the floor, to take away from the role and what he's expected to do, take away from some of the things that you need him to do in regards to having him taking on unnecessary contact and jumping unnecessarily and all types of different stuff. We limit his usage. You know what I mean? Lessen his chances of getting hurt and then keep his value at a level that gives us at least enough leverage to trade him for simply 2 picks, right? That's ultimately what we want to do. So hopefully he'll continue to stay as durable as he's always been, be his normal self, and just make it through this tenure with the Lakers healthy. That's what it's about, man. But I just want to keep a very healthy fear for him getting hurt in all of our minds, because we need to be aware, very aware of what the absolute worst case scenario is here. Our lovely 2 picks, 25 and 27, they hold a lot of value. But without Russell Westbrook's healthy body on that contract, there ain't gonna be no Kyrie Irving. Ain't gonna be no trading for nice pieces that make us champion. No. That goes bye-bye if he goes down with a knee or a shoulder or something. So let's keep that very, very, very healthy in our minds. That will keep us honest in regards to what it is that we're doing as a franchise. Because, yes, do we want to play Russell Westbrook and respect him and get his value up and get him over to another situation? Yes. Can playing him deter us from having that be the case? It can if he gets hurt. It can. That's all I'm saying. So, that's pretty much the end of that, man. BDL 44. Thank you all for watching.